Hello and welcome to the Corner Flag, a weekly football podcast that was 2 yards offside, but nobody seemed to give a shit. On this episode, Ole gets a nervy first win as permanent manager. Cardiff City are doomed because the referees hate them. And Aakarsh is back!
Hi guys.
Yay!
Wow, guys, there's an Everton fan in the house. How
There's an
amazing
Everton
is that?
fan and a Liverpool fan, and the United fan is just going to watch them go at it right now.
I'm actually not going to do anything. I just want to observe what he says. I want to question his reasons and logic, because this is like you can have banter with somebody who's around.
Yeah.
But if you're going to see them only once, I want to be like, hey, what's going on in your head? What are your thoughts?
Right now, for Mukesh, I think Aakarsh is like an endangered species, like this animal that's really rare to find. It's one of those rare Pokemons on that game. Like you have to go to fucking Dongri or something to find that one. That's what Aakarsh is right now.
Just like
The
observing.
Andamans. You'll have to go to the Andamans.
You'll have to go to, we'll have to go to the Andamans to get you.
That's how you know you really love a club, is if you're willing to go to the Andamans just for banter.
No,
Oh.
in fact, because I love Everton, at the start of the season, at one point, I felt like I need to get away from all this. That's why I went to the Andamans to try and forget about Everton for a while.
Good call.
And now you're back and they're playing really well.
They are, yeah. Good last few weeks for them.
Oh, how cute. He has good few weeks. It's so nice.
Yeah, I
lovely to
shouldn't
see-
be commenting with Liverpool fans.
It's lovely to see a Liverpool fan with some sense of ego at this point. Suddenly, the Liverpool fans have found a voice.
But they might lose it. There's still a few weeks to go.
Exactly.
Guys, I don't care. We're having a great season. We're coming seconds. We were people in the last 7 years, we were okay with finishing fourth. And now we're challenging the title. Oh my God. And there's an Everton fan in the house who's giving me shade. This is amazing. This is so cute.
No, I'm not really giving you shit. I'm in no position to give you shit. But want to be really, really bad if after all of this, you don't win it.
I don't think of course, it'll be horrible if we don't win it. But I'll take it. I'll take second, because this is a team that came fourth and now we're coming second, and then we'll come first whenever, dude.
I like how
We're
he's
playing great
already
football.
preparing for. It's okay that we came second speech because he knows that's going to happen.
Oh my God, Everton
Inevitable.
fans. I'm getting shit from Everton fans. I've always wanted this. Oh, you know what? Okay, we'll win this season next year. Come on. Throw some shade at me.
No, to be fair, he's been like that since the time he started doing this show. He's always been like, you know what, I'm okay with second place. I know it's going to go badly at some point. He's getting all the bad juju out of the way. If there's one negative Liverpool fan in the world, he's in this room right now.
I feel like if you see all the bad stuff out, and then it won't happen. Like, I'm going to take all of Liverpool's bad juju,
Yeah.
keep it with me.
That's a lot of bad juju to take for one person. But let's talk about Liverpool. It was a big game, Liverpool versus Tottenham. And in proper Tottenham fashion, they've bottled it yet again.
And it's just becoming, they have a knack for picking those players who bottle. Like,
Yeah.
Hugo Lloris was a fatal error, and he's been known for making these sort of errors at Tottenham.
Which is really sad, by the way, because he's actually a very good goalkeeper. And right now, I need to tell the listeners that both of these gentlemen are goalkeepers.
I didn't know that about Aakarsh.
Aakarsh is a goalkeeper, as is Mukesh. And of course, this is when we play amongst each other, not for a club or anything.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a goalkeeper. What team do you play for? The Ball Pit FC group on WhatsApp?
When Liverpool Alisson isn't fit, they call, you know who they call? Me.
No, the answer is Mignolet.
Oh no, they should call me, guys. I think I'm a better option.
When Alisson gets injured, you know who they call me. Mignolet. But let's talk about Liverpool-Tottenham. What are your thoughts going into the game, Mukesh? Were you nervy about the game at all?
Yeah,
Because Tottenham are a good side.
Because there are two games I was looking forward to just before that game. The Tottenham one and the Chelsea one that's coming much later in the season. And I was like, if we can get 6 points from those two games, I feel like we've done everything we can to win the league, and it's up to the other teams, right?
Yeah.
Because we need to win these games. So going in, I was a little underconfident about the game because I feel like Liverpool bottled it in these big games, and I feel like this is a criticism I have of Klopp.
Yeah.
God, how am I complaining even though we won? The secret I have of Klopp is that he plays the occasion and not the ball.
Yeah.
And surprised me in the first half, we played some stunning football. Oh, I was ready for the win.
Right.
I think after that first half, did you see Robertson's cross?
Yes. What a beautiful cross. I mean, this
Wow.
guy's probably the best left back in the league right now.
Yeah, I would go on. And probably best left back, and he's giving, I think he has as many assists as Pogba. It's not even a just in the left back category. He's doing well. Even if he was a bad midfielder, he'll be amazing. That's how good he is right now.
And this is really cool. The left back position, the left backs of the clubs that all three of us support have been doing pretty well off late. Luca Digne, like we were talking about this before we started recording, has taken Leighton Baines out of his place. And Baines is like an Everton legend. 12 years, you were saying.
He is, 12 years he's played for the club. But now I think it's time for him to go. He's out of a contract at the end of the season. Luca Digne has come in and he's had a fantastic season. Usually, most of the Everton players have been playing quite poorly for large chunks of the season, but he's been consistently good. And so far, so good.
So there's Luca Digne, and you have Robertson, obviously, who put in that peach of a cross.
And also, just to understand that Robertson has replaced Alberto Moreno.
Which is not a...
What are you saying? Alberto Moreno is one of the worst left backs
That's what I'm saying.
Liverpool
It's not a big deal.
had.
It's not a big deal that... That's what I'm saying. It's not a big deal that Robertson has replaced Moreno because
we were concerned
a table lamp could replace Alberto Moreno.
Yeah, you know who that table lamp was? Milner. That's who we had to fill those holes. And now we have the best. Like, this is a great jump in. Believe this is what I mean. Like, I think I'm okay with second. Because look at what we have. Andrew Robertson.
Luke Shaw for United also put in a great cross. Not a cross, but a great through ball for Rashford's opener against Watford.
Oh, that was Luke Shaw?
So anything your left back can do, our left back can do as well.
At a discount level.
Fair. Yeah, I would still think... I don't think he's number 3. I think Luca Digne is still number 3. I would put Shaw above Luca Digne in this thing. Robertson is still number 1, no worries. And he's in my FPL team, so I'm happy. Very happy. But let's talk about Spurs, because Spurs just... They got one back through Lucas, and you thought at least a draw is good. Like, I mean, for the rival fans.
Yeah.
A draw would have been good enough.
And it was a draw. I think that game was it just looked like a draw until about that last 1 minute, right?
Yeah, until
if you remove
Captain
that 1
Lloris
minute
just had to...
If you remove that 1 minute, in fact, it looked like a 2-1 because Sissoko had that.
Sissoko had that chance, and it was. I mean, I was calling it a sitter. Aakarsh disagreed.
He should definitely tested the keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with Aakarsh on this that he should have tested. Like, it should have been a shot on target.
Yeah.
Like
Bare minimum.
But also,
He skied it. He just skied it. That was just bad.
Also, what great decision making from Virgil van Dijk
Yes.
to cut out the pass to Son.
Yes.
And then in the end, after making that decision, after convincing Sissoko about that, and he still covered enough ground to almost reach Sissoko's shot, right?
Exactly.
That is some fantastic decision making and speed.
Honestly, that is a brilliant piece of defending that I've seen.
And that is pure mind, right? I mean, there's a physical ability to it.
Yeah.
Which is the running and the blocking the pass. But there's the guy who's thinking about football and the way it should be played.
Yeah.
And I think that is the greatest sign for Liverpool.
It was classic. It was textbook defending in the sense that any football coach, if you're learning to play defense, any football coach, the first thing he'll tell you is not to commit. Don't commit to a tackle unless you absolutely have to. Just leave it till the last, because the attacker will make a mistake. And that's when you can go in. If you commit to a tackle, the attacker can see it and he can dodge you, and then you're left for dead.
Yeah,
and he didn't do that. He did not commit. He's 2v1, and it's like you said, it's great agility and strength because he's not running straight. He's running backwards almost. And he's still keeping pace with two attackers who are, straight through on goal. So
and Son, who's one of the greatest forms of his life, and he's probably the best player in these sort of situations, and you blocked out the pass and you're just left with... I mean, because that puts Sissoko in pressure, right?
Yeah.
Because Sissoko is not in pressure if you attack him.
Yeah.
And he knows what to do.
It's great decision making by Virgil, because he's thinking, who do I not want to take a shot against my keeper, Son or Sissoko? I do not want Son taking a shot at goal because he will hit the target. Sissoko, probably will miss. So he went, he's consciously made that decision. No, I'm going to block the pass to Son till the last minute and then put pressure on Sissoko, because I know he's going to hit a bad shot, and then if I put pressure, he's going to hit it off target.
And also Sissoko is not prepared for that, right? Because he's expecting, because usually a centre back would commit, pass the ball to Son gets an easy shot because the goalkeeper also has to move to the other side.
Exactly.
Because right now he's covered and the goalkeeper's charging at him.
Exactly.
And Alisson is a sort of keeper who can intimidate anybody who comes towards him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Alisson's run. I think there was a little bit of that faking that he was trying to do, like trying to get him to shoot as early as possible so that he has enough time to get to the shot.
Right.
That was some fantastic defending. Like, I think in that moment is when I felt like, Liverpool deserved to win this game. How it comes is another issue altogether. I mean, I would have liked it.
It came very comically, to be fair.
In classic Liverpool fashion. Right?
In classic Lloris fashion.
what I was going, can we please make this about Liverpool? What does a Liverpool team have to do to make this about themselves?
Stop being Liverpool. I think that's the only way out.
No, because Liverpool have this trend, right? Against Everton, they had a goalkeeping error. Against Crystal Palace.
That was heartbreaking, man.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I said it just forgetting that there's an Everton fan in the house. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just so not used to it, right? Yeah, that was heartbreaking. I can imagine.
It's awful.
Again, no banter, man. I'm just so amused and thrilled that you're here. Good to have you here. There was that against Crystal Palace. I think we had a similar instance when Speroni made a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
For against Fulham, we had a very late penalty.
Yeah.
So, I think 4 games, it's maybe not just luck.
Yeah.
That maybe Liverpool are sort of pushing other teams into corners when there's a draw situation, right? And this is sort of what you had at Fergie time. Of course, there were cleaner goals.
Yeah.
Whereas here you're sort of pushing the opponents to make some mistake. And I think it's a good sign, right?
Yeah.
When you can take these mediocre games and then get something out of them.
Yeah. But it's I think it's Oxlade-Chamberlain using voodoo dolls of opposing goalkeepers before each match, because he's not got a lot to do while out injured. So he's just like, I will help the team, boss.
I feel like he's going to be Liverpool's Ole. Just spending the time by the sideline and come back as a great manager.
Yeah.
And also, for me, I think the saddest part was Salah headed the ball, and I think an announcer said it was Salah's goal, and he celebrated. And he found out after the match that he didn't get credited for the goal. And I just felt like that was a little heartbreaking because he's looking for his 50th goal. And I feel like that's literally the only mental block that he has before he gets back to form again. And he just needs to score that one goal and he has it. Like, he can get back to form.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have it. I finally did it. And then he's like, nope, that's a shitty own goal.
Yeah.
It's the shittiest own goal, but it's still not your goal.
Talking about shitty things, Chelsea. We have to go on with our tradition of shitting on Chelsea because Aakarsh, I have to tell you, Prashant is a Chelsea fan. So this is a very nice, diverse group of people we have in this room right now.
And also Chelsea's a shit team, so they deserve to be
shit on themselves.
They shit on themselves more often than not, yes. But they did, I mean, they came up with all 3 points against Cardiff, which is just heartbreaking for Cardiff. Because Azpilicueta's goal, 2 yards offside. But before we get to that, Camarasa's opener in the 46th minute for Cardiff was beautiful.
What a sweet finish.
Beautiful.
First time on the volley.
Yeah. And that's great. That's the hallmark of a good attacking player, because with 3 defenders around him, he still knows exactly what position he's in respect to goal.
Great awareness.
And he has the ability to find that gap first. It's a first touch volley with his left side to goal. It's tough to pull off. Perfectly placed.
Brilliant goal.
And on the basis of that goal alone, Cardiff should have seen the game through, because Chelsea were playing like shit.
Yes, not going to bitch about Chelsea.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know Cameras are amazing. But I'm waiting. I'm like, let's shit on Chelsea. Let's shit on Chelsea now.
Liverpool, can you make this about Cardiff for once? For somebody who keeps whining about how it's not about Liverpool.
This one's on Chelsea, man. Not just because they're a shit team in general, because that game they played like shit.
They did.
Rudiger needs, I think, there's some
two blatant fouls. One that could have led to a penalty. That should have been first yellow card and then a sending off, or then for the second one a straight sending off.
Straight red.
It looked like a professional foul. It was he was straight through on goal. It should have been a professional
There was
foul.
one corner where Alonso was holding on to somebody's hand.
Yeah.
And that was a really shit.
Was that the penalty, or was Rudiger?
There were 2.
There were 2 penalty calls.
Two penalties.
Could have been a 3-0 victory.
Yeah.
Or a 3-1, because Loftus-Cheek's goal was still all right.
Yeah, but that was like
That's
to a
true.
defeated Cardiff. Like, if they were winning 3-0, I don't think Cardiff spirit.
Yeah, one penalty. If they'd gotten either of the penalties, that game's then done.
That was a terrible Chelsea game. Oh, Chelsea's so shit.
No, and
Oh, sorry, I just...
Neil Warnock also called out the referees in the Premier League and called them the worst in the world, which is probably going to get him a hefty fine from the FA. Or he's 70 years old, they're probably, fuck it, it's Neil. We don't need to discipline him. He's going to pay the fine and call us cunts after that. So might as well not even...
Also, every fine takes away from his retirement fund. Like, why would you do that?
But he's right, because you saw the replay. Azpilicueta is so far offside. Like, that is something that you don't even need VAR for.
Do you think referees are getting shite, or is it that technology is getting better and showing us the referees have always been shite?
I think it's the latter. You're right.
Right?
It's the latter,
referees have always been shite, and we're just like, you know what, maybe this is.
Yeah.
Because we get to see them in such slow motion, some insane angles that probably weren't there before.
Yeah.
You have like animation that can help you out. And I'm just like, wow, referees have always
Yeah,
been
to be
shit,
fair,
like-
to be fair, it's very easy for us to watch a game on HD on our 4K televisions and see that line that comes and say, "Hey, he's offside." How can they not see this? Because it happens at a split second.
But that's why they're the referees. They need to. I mean, this is the biggest stage of football. You need to have professional referees who know what they're doing and can spot goals like that, because they change seasons. Cardiff's going down, and if they'd gotten 3 points here, that would have made a big difference.
That would have made a big difference because they got Man City away. They've still got Liverpool to play in the run-in.
Yeah.
And they also have a game against Burnley, who's just one spot above them in the safety zone. So
Also, what does it
that's
do for
that's three really tough matches, because the Burnley game, it's a must-win to take points off them and get the 3 points. And this victory would have just given them so much confidence.
And the defeat feels like a kick in the nuts because they were there. They deserved the 3 points, and it was taken away from them. So it'll make a big difference to their confidence.
And they didn't even bottle it like Tottenham.
They didn't.
Exactly.
They were denied. There was an opportunity denied. There was 3 points that were denied blatantly by a 12th player.
Yeah.
The referee.
Yeah.
Horrible refereeing and terrible defensive play from Chelsea, setting a really horrible trend, which are two of your best defenders, Rudiger and Alonso, resorting to such cheap football that you don't expect from players of that caliber.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
But it brings the debate back to VAR, doesn't it? And I know Aakarsh and I have had a discussion about this. You and I have a discussion about this as well. I'm not a big fan of VAR, but when it comes to decisions like these, in matches like these, where like the safety of a club, the premiership status of a club is dependent on it, it's probably a good idea.
I feel like there's enough human error on the pitch, whereas I'm expecting the referee to commit the least amount of error. I can expect a player to commit errors, but not the referees.
Right.
So that's why I'm all for VR, and I think VR is going to be a good thing. I know some fans hate it because they're like, "Oh, when am I going to celebrate? Are we going to celebrate? How are we going to like? Oh, that's a big thing, right? Is there going to be that instant release of emotion and know what are the referee's decision?" But I'm okay with VR, and I'm like, if it's going to get us the fairest possible decision, you should go for it altogether.
Fair, absolutely.
Exactly. The referee shouldn't be influencing the game in either ways, and human error, if avoidable, should be avoided.
It should be, man, but I don't know. I always thought, and I was always of the opinion that football is the kind of game that you the human error is a big part of the game. And let's be honest, there's not, again, going back to our conversation about whether it's the technology that's actually showing how shite the referees are. But while these decisions and these bad decisions are made, for the longest time, I always felt it's still a part of the game, that human error. It's fine. Some decisions go your way, some decisions don't. But then again, that comes from the privilege of being a fan of a team that is always challenging for top honors and never having to experience a relegation dogfight.
And usually has decisions going their way.
For example, if United get a lot of decisions go their way and against as well, but they've never really impacted a big this thing. We'll lose one game, then we'll win the next 4 on the trot or whatever. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
That might not be the case here also, because if Chelsea didn't get these 3 points, what happens to that between number 3 and number 6? Or number 3 and number 5? Where it's a really tight race, right?
Yeah.
Because
But Chelsea drop 2 or 3 points below. Then there's a 3-point gap between them and us.
Exactly. As opposed to now, where they've clearly gone ahead in the as of now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like even though it doesn't affect as intensely as it would.
But again, I would think Chelsea going from 6th to 5th, which they won't. They won't.
They're still 6th.
They're still 6th.
Oh shit! You play such bad football and they're still 6th. Oh my.
No, but
God.
no. All I'm saying is, eventually Chelsea moving from 6th place to 5th place is not that big a deal as opposed to Cardiff losing Premier League status.
No, it definitely isn't. But I'm saying there are still some stakes for the bigger teams.
Refereeing decisions can go either ways. This time it affected Cardiff negatively, but it could also at some point be the difference between winning a championship or losing it. So if VAR can just make sure that the game is as fair as possible, I think that'd be best for everybody.
Yeah, for me it's like Lloris can make an error, but not the referee.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because those are two different things. For me.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk very quickly about Ole's first game in charge as permanent manager. Nervy 2-1 win over Watford. And I don't know why a lot of people are giving United slack about not playing well against Watford. Watford are the best of the rest.
Yeah, they're probably in competition for rest of the best, right?
Best of the rest. You
best of the
keep
rest.
saying rest of the best.
The best of the rest. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Watford is a very tough team and they're not an easy team at all.
Yeah, and they play with a lot of
Wait,
pace.
no, what are you all talking about? Watford's 10th. You're confusing them with Wolves.
No, Wolves.
I'm saying
That's what.
they can be there in one of the.
No, so I think they've dropped down to 10th now after losing against United.
Yeah,
but they were in
they were always
contention.
eighth.
Yeah, they were in
Wolves and
contention
Watford.
for 7th spot.
Yeah, 6th and 7th was always the
with Wolves and
Watford thing.
Everton.
Yeah.
Everton's been there, Wolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so cute.
They're around. Listen, they're around after a really long time. Let me enjoy it.
Yeah.
No, I am.
No. Actually,
really,
Aakarsh, I think you're around after a really long time.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I
That's
think
also
Everton's
true.
always been there.
I am really enjoying you enjoying it. Like, I don't think you understand. I'm just like, oh my God, somebody's fighting for their rights. It's amazing.
No, I think Mukesh is the nicest Liverpool fan I know. Like, he's so pawum about the whole thing. Like, it's
That's-
nice. Yeah, we'll come second. It'll be fine. Oh, Everton fans, you're so nice. This is so nice
No,
to see.
it's really more than
Push it up,
nice.
Miss
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wow, it's so happy.
But yeah, like United Watford, great pass by Luke Shaw, scrappy goal by Martial.
Martial's goal. But I think he also had a very, he had a good shot that was denied
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
Fabianski? No,
no, that's Ben Foster.
Pan Foster. So that was pretty cool. And then he had to get the scrappy goal to sort of make up for the.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's the thing, this is something that we've seen during Sir Alex's reign as United manager as well. There were times when our teams didn't play very well, but we still got the points, especially at Old Trafford, especially against teams like Watford and Stoke or, any of these mid-table, lower table teams. We still, after playing badly, would come through with a 1-0 victory or a 2-0 victory. Every victory wasn't a 5-0, 6-0. And that's beginning to happen again, because if this was Mourinho, I can guarantee you we would have lost the game. We would have lost.
It would have been a draw. I feel like it would have been a very.
No, I think we would have lost because we would have not played like the way we played, or that goal would not have happened in the first half because Luke Shaw would be shit scared to pass the ball long if he was being managed by Mourinho. He'd have to pass it sideways. He'd have to keep possession, keep compact. He wouldn't be allowed to take that risk. It was a risky ball and it worked out, so that's great. But he wouldn't have been allowed to do that under Mourinho. So that first goal would not have happened. We would have gone into halftime 0-0. Some words would have been said in the dressing room that would kill the morale. And in the second half, they would just blitz us.
Ducouré scoring a fantastic goal.
Yeah, he just walked through our defense.
Yeah, that was a.
But then again, our defense was Smalling and Jones on the night. So I don't think that's much. There's much effort needed to walk.
Yeah,
through
he
them.
looked like he did like a triple jump over your defenders.
Yeah.
No, but I think I think it's something I've learned as a Liverpool fan this season is that the idea of having those 3-0s, those fantastic 3-0s, and there's 4-0s, which is just spectacular passing and like sort of heavy metal football.
Yeah.
You can't last a season that like with that sort of football.
Yeah.
So from especially learning from the sort of victories we've had in the past is that your 2-1s are just as important, if not more important, than your 4-0s and 5-0s. Like you have like 1 5-0 and 1 6-0, but everything else you need to grind it out. And that's something that I feel like even Klopp has learned. So I think it's good that United has these sort of wins also.
Absolutely. We go to Wolves next. Wolves away is happening tomorrow in the midweek game. And they obviously knocked us out of the FA Cup. So there's some payback to be made because we're going back to the Molineux. So let's see how that goes. But that is the roundup of the Premier League matches that happened last week. And with that, we have to move to our next segment, which is fun stuff in football.
This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff in football.
The biggest headline, which is hilarious, is that Sam Allardyce has thrown his name in the hat to be in contention for Indian national team manager.
I cannot be more excited. I just want to know what language he will communicate into the players. I am really looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think he'll if he does take, he's the most qualified by far. I don't even know who the other names are in the ring, but I can take an educated guess.
Mourinho, Sam, Ferguson, just everybody. The big names are like India's the next club team that we want to take up.
Yeah, like spoken like a true marketing head. Yeah, that's a new uncaptured market. No, but see, I can blindly tell that Allardyce is the best name in the ring, and he should get the job just because he's Sam fucking Allardyce. But I think he'll be here for like 4 months and then he'll fuck off. He won't be able to deal with it. He won't be able to deal with the heat. He won't be able to deal with the facilities. And I think he's just a racist old man.
Yeah.
I think he's somebody who's never really traveled outside of England as much. And even if he has, it's probably to white countries. So for him to come to a brown country where the weather goes up to like 45 degrees, he's just going to bitch us all out and he's going to be like super racist, super colonial about the
And
whole
then
thing.
just deal with empty-ish stadiums. How like for him it'll be like he's just used to big stadiums, packed stadiums,
Yeah.
and come here and people are just chanting India, India. I'm like, he's gonna be like, oh come on, get more creative with your chants.
Yeah.
Can't just be screaming the name of your team.
Yeah.
Like that can't be the chant. That's not what's gonna motivate the players.
Yeah. Yes, we play for India. Thank you for telling us. We would have never known. You really are the 12th man.
That's what this country is called. Thank you. If not for this chant, I would have been in Pakistan. Thank you very much.
What do you think though? Because Sam Allardyce was Everton manager before Marco Silva took over. And you had some extreme opinions about him managing your club side.
I think the first question he'll ask once if he gets the job is, what are y'all getting relegated from? And how do I save y'all from relegation? And then he'll realize that there is no relegation battle and he won't know what to do. But look, Sam Allardyce managing Everton is one thing, but Sam Allardyce managing the Indian national team's a completely different thing. So if he gets the job, I'm sure it'll be exciting. I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Right.
It'll be interesting. I don't know how it'll go down, but, it's definitely exciting.
I want to see what he brings to the table to like especially players like Sandesh Jingan. Because Sunil Chhetri is a legitimate star, right?
Yeah.
He's in that league of his own where he's the Ronaldo and Messi of our team, like at whatever level.
Yeah, but
for what
he's
worth.
not going to be the prima donna in front of Sam Allardyce.
He's not. But what I'm saying
Sam
is
Allardyce will probably be the best manager Chhetri's ever played for.
played for
Definitely,
definitely. But I feel like the
definitely.
players are going to be, if there is benefit that's going to come from Sam Allardyce,
Yeah.
which the bet is that it should.
Yeah.
I feel the players are going to benefit from him are the keepers and Sandesh Jingan and
Yeah.
the younger players who are probably coming up next.
Yeah.
Is to hear what he has to say and the
Yeah.
sort of methods that he implements, the sort of exercises that he brings to the team.
Yeah.
And also to see if Sam Allardyce can, because I feel like a lot of the training exercises that players do in the Premier League are suited to like conditions in England.
Yeah.
Whereas to what training would he bring to a tropical country will be something that I want to look forward to either. Like what does the team attack more? Does the team run more? Does he teach the team to conserve energy? Because it's easier to conserve energy back in England for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Whereas here you need to spend a lot of energy just being in the heat, the
Yeah.
hydration.
Yeah.
I feel like to me that's exciting.
Yeah.
But with Sam Allardyce, even when he's managed teams in the Premier League, it's always been long ball football. So with the heat here, I guess he'll just probably stick to long ball football, you know?
Which is weird because India is not really a team that is conducive to long ball football. We don't really have tall forwards.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the physical makeup of the Indian football team is not conducive to long ball football. I think it's a team that can do quick possession play football and counter-attacking football. Counter-attacking only because we will expect every team we play against to attack us heavily. And with Chhetri, with Sandesh Jingan at the back, we have people who can launch the ball forward and start a quick counter-attack. Long ball football is probably not the way to go.
Most of the teams that Sam Allardyce has managed have not really been good at quick passing or counter-attacking football, which is why I'm saying if he does join an Indian national team, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm not entirely sure how well it'll work out, but I'm sure it's a good shot.
Yeah.
Wasn't Sam Allardyce England's manager for a really short time?
One game.
One game, was it?
Two maybe.
Two maybe, right? And
One or two, not more than two for sure.
That's
and coming in with that sort of baggage, there's some sort of
there's some great experience that he will definitely bring to the table, and I think the Indian footballers will definitely benefit from it. And I just hope that this is a deal that goes through because it's exciting, man.
No, for me, I'll tell you why this seems something very scary. Like as an outsider, it seems very interesting, right? Because I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
But if I'm a player, right, and in India you have those 5-6 years which sort of define how good or bad your career is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sam Allardyce is the person I want to risk it with, especially coming after Coach Constantine, because the easiest comparison I have is actually not from football but from cricket, where we had like John Wright for a while and then we had to Greg Chappell.
Yeah.
And a sort of similar situation. You had this guy who used to coach an amazing team abroad, and then we thought he's going to have a great time here, improve the players out here, and then just took us back for another 5 years.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that's going to happen.
Sam Allardyce is also famous. We did that on one of the video episodes that we did where we showed a clip of Sam Allardyce dancing in a bar.
There's a few of them now.
So exactly. So I think for him, being Indian national team manager is a great thing because we have the fucking dance bars here. It'll be great to see him in a dance bar, just like showering money on the dancers.
How long do you think before we have a video of Sam Allardyce dancing to Oh Ho Ho Ho? Oh,
It has to happen.
That's
It has
day
to happen.
one. That's day one. That's him, Sunil Chetri dancing to it on the first day. He's like, yeah, we've done all the training. Now you come.
Sam Allardyce's first training session. All right, boys. Sunil, where's the dances at? What's the best song?
And yes, Sandesh Jhingan just with his hair loose.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I do part time. Because football doesn't pay all the
You
bills.
think he'll actually, if he does become manager, you think he'll just ask Jhingan to play up front? Because he's strong in the air. You're like, long ball football. You play striker now. Just turn the whole team. Actually, no, not even Jhingan. Gurpreet, the goalkeeper, because he's the tallest. So just make him striker. Give him number 9 jersey. And
Make him
have
go ahead.
Chetri goalkeeper something.
It's nice that a big name is being attached to India.
Yeah.
I wish it was a different name.
Like Mourinho.
Oh, yeah, Mourinho. Definitely. I will take Mourinho. Even if he just ruins Indian football for a century, I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to see how he ruins it.
Yeah.
Because he's either going to ruin it or he's going to make us win the World Cup. Like, I don't think there's going to be any two ways where like we go from 98th to 75th. No,
Yeah.
we go from 98th to 1st or we're below North Korea. Like, there is no. Whereas Big Sam, I think, is.
North Korea has played a World Cup though, so they're quite okay.
Is that what they've told the world? Like, yeah, we
Is
played.
No, they actually did. I think they played the 2014 or 2018. 2014 World Cup they played.
They claim that they played it.
No,
If I'm not
I saw a
mistaken,
match.
in their country, they claim that they won it. But I don't remember they playing it.
I saw the matches. I saw the matches. They were there. It was the Republic of North.
Amok, the
No,
mascot for Kim Jong United.
Progressive. What's the full form for DPRK? Right?
Yeah, DPRK.
Democratic Public.
People's Republic.
Democratic
Republic.
People's. Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which is just. I mean, there's lies in the name.
It's a lie until Korea.
Korea. Or is it? No, but they definitely played because I saw them play, and those are the jokes that we made on Twitter. You know, like when the national anthems are going, and the camera actually pans across both teams as the players are standing for national anthems. You know, whatever the team they're playing, they're passionate, and then the camera goes to the North Korean players, and you can see on every player's face the mortal fear of losing a match and going back home. You know, just the fear of not getting past the group stages and having to fly back home to North Korea. And some of the players were just like, can we please stay here? Can we just miss a flight? You know, this hotel room. Let's just
Guys,
go
this
into
is
the
what
basement.
free people look like.
Yeah.
They're cheering. Nobody's forcing them to.
But it would be weird if it was like a weird hologram for the rest of the world as well. Like North Korea didn't even play, but it was made to believe that they played. Like maybe those matches they played against the teams they played against were just walkovers for the other team, but they created like it was like the moon landing. Like they shot
just
it.
shot it in this live
But-
set.
Yeah, many
I'm sure
many
the stewards
conspiracies.
of the North Korea matches would have been told, instead of looking for pitch invaders, just make sure that none of the players run away. This is the other way around.
And that is a great point to end this episode because we have run out of things to talk to. Thank you for coming back, Aakarsh.
Thank you for having me.
Good
man.
to see you back. Give a shout out to Prashant Soni, who produces this podcast and has designed our artwork. You can find him on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Mukesh on Instagram
Mukesh Manjunath,
and on Twitter at.
Mok the Gall, as in Asterix the Gall.
You can follow Aakarsh on Instagram at.
Don't follow me. I don't put anything up.
Okay, cool. And you can follow him on Twitter at.
Aakarsh Chandan.
Haas.
Figure out how to spell that.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Amograndive, on Instagram at Amograndive, and on Facebook at Amograndive Comedy.
And that's because his name is Korea.
Yes. Do I even exist? I don't know. Do you? Please do not forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and write a review for us and follow us and share us wherever you listen to your podcast. We are available on Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Pocket Casts. I could go on for ages. Say bye, Mukesh.
Bye, guys. Oh my God, it was so nice having Aakarsh here because, like, Everton fan.
Stop talking now. Say bye, Aakarsh.
Bye.
And it's bye from me. See you next Tuesday.
Just terrible defensive mindset. Like, terrible minds. No, let's do that again.